Okay, so what movie are we watching this week? I have a
Yeah,
plan. I have an idea.
yeah.
We need to watch like something with a good actor in it. I think that
Okay.
we should find like a Jeff Goldblum, like somebody who's fun to
Oh,
watch.
right. Yeah, I like it. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, we can make him
Yeah,
into
yeah,
a scientist. We can
yeah.
do all kinds of things. It'll be great. Like Jeff Goldblum,
Like this.
scientist,
Yeah.
perfect movie, right?
Yeah, like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cats and Dogs, the perfect Jeff Goldblum scientist movie.
Dogs, they're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
Throughout the history of the world, there have always been bitter, hard-fought, bloody rivalries. But none so vicious, so brutal, as the one being fought for thousands of years in our own backyards.
100 million dogs have placed their destiny squarely in your paw.
Jeff Goldblum is a light spot in this movie.
Jeff Goldblum is a bright spot in every movie. Mainly because Jeff Goldblum was not hired to be on that film, of whatever film he's in.
Any film. Name a film.
He's just there, and he's Jeff Goldblum.
This is the Jeff Goldblum trivia that we know. Jeff Goldblum is not actually an actor. He just wanders into sets.
Yeah. There's no costumer for Jeff Goldblum either. He just puts things on himself and then walks on sets.
For this movie especially. Because every time that he comes out, he is covered in more and more wires every time somehow. I don't know how.
Oh my god.
He's a scientist working on an allergy formula to save the world. But, working on an allergy formula that will make it so that people aren't allergic to dogs anymore. A thing that cats and dogs are trying to prevent him from doing because they can't figure it out, even though they have a super secret, ultra advanced civilization that's far beyond anything that we know.
Well, okay, you say... Okay, he made an anti-allergy formula. Because he's allergic to dogs, and he wants to be able to really just fucking get his nose in there.
Is he allergic to dogs? Because it looks like a dog is his kryptonite. Like, he's got an allergy to dogs like Superman is allergic to kryptonite. It fucking kills him. He turns into, a monster.
But the secret is the cats take his formula and turn it into a weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah, through the fucking machine. I mean, flocking machine.
The fucking factory.
The fucking factory? Yeah. Yeah, the fucking factory. Where they'd use the fuck gun to
why are you saying it like it's
white ooze all over everybody?
No, it's called
in the fuck factory for the fucking gun. Yeah.
Okay, you keep changing how you're saying it.
No, the flocking. Yeah. Well, that's what the movie does. That's what the movie says. So it's the fucking gun. Flocking. The flocking gun.
So, anyway, we watched...
Okay.
Stop it! We watched Cats and Dogs. Fuck you.
I don't want to talk about this movie. This movie...
How could this movie be bad? It has Jeff Goldblum, Tobey Maguire, Sean Hayes, Alec Baldwin, Joe Pantoliano from Baby's Day Out fame. Not The Matrix fame. Baby's Day Out.
And Non-Sopranos. Baby's Day Out. All of his most famous movies.
Yeah, it's got John Lovett. It's got Elizabeth Perkins from Weeds. It's got Miriam Margolyes from Harry Potter.
Fucking Charlton Heston.
It's got Frank C. Turner from Sonic the Hedgehog. That's a rough cuts, deep cut. Michael Clark Duncan from The Green Mile. Like, it's got a cast. It
shouldn't.
No, it's got the Jim Henson puppets. The animatronic,
this thing has
Creature Shop, right?
Yes, this thing has a $60 million budget and got 2 sequels.
It doubled its budget, like in
doubled? No, more.
It was like 120 or something, right?
Yeah, it over tripled.
Yeah.
It was a $60 million budget and the box office was $200 million.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
no,
way
it
I
more than
remember.
tripled
Alright.
its budget. Yeah, no.
I don't know a single person that's watched this movie except us. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe we were out of the age group. Maybe that's what it was. But then we're here watching it right now, like big fucking idiots. So
Okay, but hold up. You say that it's out of the age group.
yeah, but there's
Why
fuck
are there
jokes
so
everywhere.
many? Why are there so many sex jokes? Why is it the fucking factory with the joke about them being neutered and all testicle jokes and
There was that joke about the girl dog, like fucking
there was okay that I don't
Alec
want to.
Baldwin dog. Not that. No, I'm not talking about the puppy. That's gross. Ugh.
But-
There was also a joke about that though. What the fuck?
Yeah, she gives a very sensual belly rub to a puppy.
Yeah, that was weird. Ugh. This movie's weird. Yeah. You know what? They never resolved the opening of the movie. Now that I think about it.
Okay. I'm so glad you said that because I wrote that down. So
I'm
the
thinking
beginning of the
about it.
movie,
Wait, what?
there's a dog that gets kidnapped by a bunch of cats,
Wait.
and then they
resolved that.
never, ever bring it up again.
No,
His dog just goes fucking missing. It's the main character's dog.
that dog's just fucking dead.
Yes. Yeah, the main character. The main human character.
Yeah.
The main human character, the boy, ends up like he's got a dog and it runs out the door to grab like the paper away from a cat at the beginning of the
Yeah.
movie, and then there's a bunch of wacky hijinks that ensue, and a van pulls up and kidnaps the dog, and it's full of cats. Sorry, JPEGs of cats that sit in the windows.
Literal
It's
JPEG.
really
That's
was.
shaped like it's sitting on top of where the window frame
A
is. Not
literal
like it's
JPEG.
behind the window.
It's a
on
literal
the window.
fucking JPEG. It's so good.
Jesus
It looks
Christ.
like it's fucking painted on the van, like somebody airbrushed it like it's a fucking wizard.
What were they?
Anyways, so
Like,
they,
is graphic design their passion?
yes,
This movie has.
yes.
Anyway, go on. Yeah.
so they
no.
kidnap the dog, and the dog that's the impetus for the start of the film, because then he's like, well, no, I wish that I had my dog, and his parents go and get him a new puppy, and that's how they resolve that.
Yeah, because
That's never mentioned again in the entire movie.
Well, we can assume the cats gassed and tortured that dog because that's what happens in this film.
That is a thing that they did to multiple animals, correct?
Yes. Okay, so that dog's just fucking dead. Yeah, they killed that.
Yeah, they
dog.
just fucking killed that dog.
Yeah.
They just disappear that dog, and then the kid doesn't give a shit about it.
No, that kid doesn't.
The minute
care.
they get a new puppy, the kid just doesn't give a fuck about the old dog.
So
I just realized now how much
Yeah.
that fucking sucks.
That sucks, yeah.
I think that
What?
Alec Baldwin's character is right. Humans are trash, and everybody why would we care about them?
they waited like one day and got a new dog, huh?
This movie
Yeah.
this movie hates cats. This movie
Yeah.
hates dogs, and this
Oh,
movie
for
hates
sure.
people.
Yeah, all of those things suck. Yeah.
Because, you'd think a movie called Cats and Dogs is supposed to be for kids about, cutesy cats and dogs would make it so that people like each other or are likable, and no one is. Like, the kid doesn't give a shit about the dog and abandons the dog in the first few minutes of the film and then immediately forgets about him. Alec Baldwin's character is like a grizzled secret agent old guy who got dumped by his humans, so he hates humans. But and that would make sense as an arc, quote unquote, that it's like, oh, he's got to learn to like the humans, except that all the dogs are like that. Because
Yeah.
there's like a council of dogs, like a UN kind of thing, that have to vote on whether or not to save the main family
later. Yeah, and they all vote no because they're just like, fuck them.
And they're like, fuck them, fuck humans, who gives a shit? We hate them. But the reason why the cats are evil is because the cats hate humans and want to dominate them. So the dogs are made into parasites because they're made to feed off of people and just
Yeah.
basically use us. The cats are meant to be tyrannical, and the humans are just a bunch of fucking asshole morons. This movie sucks. Sorry, I'm just mad about it because it's
that's
so
all true, though. That's all true.
It's so depressing how bleak it is about everything.
I just realized they adopted our main character dog, Lou.
Yep.
From the barn that Super Buddies were born in. It's the same barn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the beagles that are in there that weren't supposed to be adopted because they weren't trained yet, like the Dobermans, are basically the Super Buddies.
Yes.
Yeah. Where's Grandpa Man when you need him?
Well, I mean, there is a Super Buddies tie-in here. There is, in fact, a character that's from Super Buddies.
Yeah.
I think, was it Joe Pantoliano that did Super Buddies? I feel like it might have been.
It might have been him too.
I saw it. I remember seeing it earlier. I don't know.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so yeah, our movie opens up with a dog being catnapped by a JPEG in a van, and then the parents go to adopt a new dog from the Super Buddies magic barn of dog adoptions. After some Dobermans cut a hole in the floor with a table saw to hide the beagles that don't want to get adopted yet because they haven't been trained. But then one comes out and is like, I want to be a super adventure dog, like a Russian space dog. I want to be a Russian space dog and go up to space and fucking die.
Yeah, he says exactly that.
Yeah.
Sorry, he says flocking, though. That's what they do in this.
Flocking die, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They made a son of a bitch joke in this movie, too.
They sure did. They sure fucking did.
They called it son of
my mother. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But, like, so, okay. Back to the plot, I guess. The family adopts the dog, brings it home. The mom, who is woman.
She is the most woman I have ever seen. She's constantly just afraid of things and oblivious and
yelling
stupid
and loud and
and like
she is woman in this movie. Great.
Yeah, she's definitely like the oh no, like there's a mouse in my kitchen. Eek.
But then like so she takes him home. The kid's like, I don't fucking care about dogs. Dogs are losers. Let's call him Loser.
Yeah. Because he's mad that the other dog ran away, I think.
Ran away, I guess. But then, like, Jeff Goldblum just walks on set and just starts, like, picking up this dog and be like, yo, is that a dog? Oh, shit. And starts petting it and just rubbing his face on it and getting big whiffs of that dog.
Yeah, he's like, oh, it smells pretty good. Yeah, like...
I could eat that dog.
Lots of dander on it. Like, he's just going in on this dog, and it's so weird and random. Everything that Jeff Goldblum does in this is kind of, it's both awkward and great.
But that's when we learned that he has a secret, not sex dungeon, basement that he uses as a laboratory to produce his anti-allergy vaccine? Question mark.
That he administers by Glock.
That he administers by a Glock.
Yes.
Just takes out a Glock and fucking goes. Started blasting.
I kind of liked the joke. There's a couple of jokes that do land in here. Yeah. I kind of liked the joke of him just like picking up the dog, pulling out a fucking Glock and being like, no, this is gonna hurt a little. And then like shooting himself in the arm. Yeah. Like, what is going on here?
What
it's
the
just fuck? So fucked up that it's
like it looks like Jeff Goldblum's gonna fucking like
he's gonna double tap this dog is what it looks like.
He's gonna chrome this dog. It's just what the shit. And then he just shoots himself in the arm with the Glock. He's like, bam, I got the vaccine now. Oh, it didn't work. He goes back to his lab. He just keeps doing this. He keeps coming out with a fucking gun. He's like, now's the time, motherfuckers! Sorry, mother flocker. Yeah. And then just starts turning his Glock sideways. He goes, blam, blam. And then, it didn't work.
But it's always himself is the problem.
Yeah.
It's a really weird bit for him to do, and
what the hell?
it's the only times that he's in the movie, and like you don't know that that's the dad yet. Like they don't say
No.
he doesn't come in, and everybody in the family goes like, "Oh, hi, Dad."
No, he just walks on set.
in, and then he walks out, and it's
He
like
walks on set with a toy Glock, and it's just like, I'm going to shoot that dog, and
Why
everybody on
is-
set's like, keep rolling. This is great.
why is there scientist man living in this family's basement? Because they're weird. It's just a suburban house.
Yeah.
And he's got like a giant lab underground. Nothing in this movie makes any fucking sense. This is the thing that this movie really needed to pick one way or another, because as you mentioned later, you're like, have we ever seen a movie that does both animatronics and CGI? Because it's not... I could get it if it does like a bit of each, but it's like a 50-50 dead split.
That's
like
true.
it doesn't have a consistent visual style or anything to it, because it goes from like really weird cartoon logic of like the beginning where the dog's chasing after the cat, and it's like the tree is made of rubber, like it makes like a giant slingshot, like that whole thing, very cartoony. And then like 5 minutes later it'll be kind of realistic, and then it just vacillates. Not vacillates, it oscillates between them just randomly. Vacillation, yes.
That happens later in the movie. That happens at the Fluck factory.
Yeah, the Fluck factory, when they vacillate all the mice.
Jesus Christ.
You gotta vacillate your vermin.
The joke, I guess, is that they meant to adopt one of the Dobermans, which were trained operatives for the Paws, whatever organization that the dogs are part of, that protect other dogs in the world, because they're just a secret spy organization rather than the civilian dogs that aren't trained for that job.
Yeah.
And they did it on accident. And after the cats try to blow up the dog with a red balloon from Stephen King's It that's full of blood that also has a bomb bone attached to it, we learned that also all operatives get neutered because you can't have any balls while you're on the job.
Hey, you guys know this one? Here we come. Here we come. I got you. Oh, I just missed you. That's right.
Holy chihuahua.
How could this have happened?
It was an accident. He slipped through.
You promised me a professional. And what do I get? A puppy. I mean, he's still got his you-know-what's for crying out loud.
There's no time, Butch. The puppy stays. End of discussion. Out.
Do they... What?
They mean his testicles! Yeah, they left him with his balls. You listen, how is he supposed to stay concentrated if he's got testicles?
Did they do the same thing for James Bond? No, they couldn't, because he was too horny, right?
I mean, if you ever saw Casino Royale, like, I mean... it's like...
The Saw?
No,
or is that a different one? Yeah.
No, the one where he's like, where Mads Mikkelsen's hitting him in the balls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
they have a ball torture scene in James Bond. Maybe that's what makes him such a good secret agent, is they've been castrating all their secret agents, and then all of a sudden...
that's the secret! Yeah!
They realized, oh no, wait, if we just, like, don't cut off their dicks, they're better? What the fuck was that joke? Just, like, this is a fucking kid's movie. It was so fucking weird.
That dog still's got his balls, he's not a good operative, kid.
What the fuck?
Do you think Alec Baldwin ad-libbed that? Was that in the script? Or did Alec Baldwin just want to talk about dog balls?
I feel like it was a joint effort. I feel like Alec Baldwin was in the writing room when they did that one. Like, they were like, all right, we need you to say something here. And he went, like, back and forth with, like, a bunch of stupid, offensive garbage. And they landed on that one, and everyone went, that's it. That's...
Genius. Man's talking about dog balls.
Do it just like that. Do dog balls. We need child dog balls. Like, in the context of this film, this is a minor, right? Like, that's
yes,
right. That's what's really fucked up about this whole thing, is that it's like these are this is a child in the logic of this movie, and if they're sentient like that, it's... I hate this movie. I hate this movie because there's a couple of things about it that are kind of good. Like, there's a couple of little things here and there that are good, and then it just goes into this weird fetish shit or something.
It happens a lot.
seconds.
Yeah, I don't understand
The jokes
how that keeps happening.
The jokes land really well, or just explode in nuclear explosions. Like, there's kind of no in between. There's nothing in here that you're just kind of sitting there rolling your eyes at. The jokes either don't work in the slightest, or there's the couple of ones that are really good.
Yeah.
I want to talk... So, like, eventually, scientist dad accidentally discovers the formula. The one good joke is that then the cats decide they need to capture scientist dad and steal his formula and such, because they need to, like, reverse engineer it and turn it against the dogs so that all humans are allergic.
Are allergic to dogs, yeah.
But the way that they kidnap Jeff Goldblum and family is the fucking best thing. They send the kid a letter that's like, hey, you like the soccer, right? Here, you like the European football. You have tickets to a game. It's Uruguay versus Chad. And you're like, you're Middletown, America.
Yo, I won tickets to an exhibition tonight. Uruguay versus Chad, dude!
Like, the most obvious fucking thing in the universe. Like, those are good
like,
football teams and stuff. I get it, but also...
It's like in Kansas or something.
And they drive up to a toll booth that has a cardboard cutout of a man.
Yeah, that's
a good... like, trying to talk to it and give it change, and he's like, no change for you, and it like folds down and fires a smoke grenade into their car.
Yeah, smoke grenade.
And then
it's like a tear gas grenade, is what it is. And then Jeff Goldblum tries to throw it out and bounces it off the window.
Yeah, he's like, oh god, throw it back, come back.
I don't think he was supposed to have it bounce back in. I think he just tried to throw it and fucked up, and they kept it.
There was also, then honestly, they brought it back again like 10 minutes later or something when they show them all kidnapped, and he's like, he wakes up with his family and goes, oh god, who do you think kidnapped us? Uruguay or Chad? it's like what the fuck? That was good. That was a really good setup. I actually laughed
because they didn't realize still that they were that it was
they're just such morons.
They're so dumb. They're so dumb.
Like, they have no idea that these are countries or anything. Like, he's just so oblivious, and it's great.
Okay, what about the ninja cats? They're dive-bombing ninja cats that know kung fu, that are Siamese cats, that are definitely not racist.
I was gonna say, do you really want me to talk about how I feel about the Siamese ninja cats?
Why did they bug the phone? There's a rotary phone. They unscrewed the cap and bugged the phone as ninja cats. Do the dogs use a rotary phone to communicate? Because they clearly have a more advanced spy network of communication. They have an animatronic dog that sits in a tube underneath a garbage can outside that talks to them through Wi-Fi on a Zoom call. And the dog is just a reskinned, worm from Men in Black.
Mm-hmm. Boyks, if you have a problem with that, you're really gonna lose it when I tell you about the Russian baby agent that has ingested literal shit so that it could vomit it up and shit on the floor.
No. Talk about the Russian cat. Yeah. No, you're good. Yeah. No, that's right. Let's talk about the Russian cat. What the fuck?
Like, that's what I mean about this movie, is this movie is either, like, there's a couple of okay jokes that I laughed at, and then there's that. there's the weird shit that you're talking about, and, like, weird Russian baby agent who swallowed dog shit.
Okay, so the mom finds a kitten?
Yes.
On the middle of the road. It's like, oh man, a cat. Oh, you're adorable. I'm going to adopt you off the street because you're adorable. And brings it back. And then they're just sitting there chatting, like, hey, here's this new cat dog. You're going to go enjoy this cat as friends. You're friends now. And it talks, and it's a Russian agent that's been...
Of course.
Like,
He's like a mercenary. He's like been hired for a job. He's a professional boy.
Yeah, and he coughs up a hairball, which is actually a capsule full of dog shit, which implies that he ingested a capsule of dog shit.
It doesn't imply it. It explicitly states.
He explicitly did it.
Explicitly does it.
And then he coughs up another hairball, which is a fucking nail bomb.
Yeah, and then they torture and imprison this cat and pump its stomach to find like another 12 different balls of weird shit that it's ingested so that it has all of its weapons.
Well, that's after we found out that the cat was trying to C4 the locked door to Jeff Goldblum's sex basement / laboratory of allergy medicine science. If they had money for Jim Henson's Creature Shop animatronics, why didn't they make the laboratory look better than a bunch of garbage bags and metal tubes with test tubes full of colored water?
You only have so much money to go around. They paid Jim Henson. They paid all of these incredible actors that I actually like.
They saved all that money by not having to pay Jeff Goldblum. He just showed up. They had money to spare.
They did get Tobey Maguire in the middle of his, like, Spider-Man kind of era.
What was this pre or post Spider-Man 3? I think it was pre.
Oh, it was pre, yeah. The original Spider-Man was 2002. This is the rising star of Tobey Maguire.
Before the crashing meteor of Tobey Maguire, right?
Yeah, well, see, Tobey Maguire should have kept with the good movies like Cats and Dogs, instead of, when he immediately after this, in 2001 he did Cats and Dogs, then in 2002 he did Spider-Man, in 2003 he did Seabiscuit. If he had just kept with movies like Cats and Dogs, maybe his career would still be on the, rise, but obviously.
They might bring him back for Spider-Verse 2. You don't know. You don't know. He could be that Spider-Man. They can bring him back as that guy. The Spider-Man from Spider-Man.
You know that they're just going to totally... If they do that, they would do a cameo where he does, like, the dance and then gets hit by a train or something.
Yes! And what if they bring back Willem Dafoe in that one? Oh my god, listen, I would love that.
There's so much they could do with Into the Spider-Verse stuff. That's why Into the Spider-Verse is good. Obviously, we don't want to talk about this movie anymore.
Shut up, I'm talking about Spider-Verse. There's so little
to talk about in this movie. This is full of stupidest jokes that I've ever heard. And, so much of it's inappropriate. They have, edibles jokes. They have jokes about, drugs and sex and... torture scenes, and it's just...
it reminds me a little bit of the Scooby-Doo movie, where, they didn't know what they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's a little bit rated R, a little bit PG, and they just kind of dropped the R stuff a little bit. They tried to hide it. Son
of my mother.
Yeah.
He has two of the you-know-whats that you're not supposed to have if you're a secret agent.
Things like that, yeah. Do you think there's a rated R cut of Cats and Dogs? that look. There is. There has to be. Right?
I don't want to talk about
there's real bullet wounds and shit, and like Jeff Goldblum's gun is.
I don't need the porn parody of Cats and Dogs.
No, I'm not saying that would be a rated X cut. I'm talking about the rated R cut.
But this movie would have done that. He's halfway there.
From this director? No. What Lawrence?
What else has he done?
Oh no.
You already know.
I know.
I'm putting that clip in it. I'm putting that clip in on Twitter. I found a dark secret while we were looking at this. There's a tie-in for our next Rough Cuts. What did they do, Boyks? What did this director do? What's his next big movie after Cats and Dogs?
You can't make me.
Read it,
make me.
I'm gonna make you read it.
It's Son of the Mask.
Fuck yeah, it is!
That's the only other movie this person's ever done.
You wanna know the best thing about Son of the Mask? There's
You
a
have to watch
dog in it. There's a
Oh.
dog in Son of the Mask. It's specifically a lot of the dog, in fact.
Yeah,
Specifically, there's a lot of dog. Do you want to know another fun thing about Son of the Mask?
I'm gonna die. That's the best part about Son of the Mask. I'm gonna watch
It's a
it.
6% Rotten Tomatoes score.
I'm gonna watch that movie and I'm gonna fucking die. I'm just gonna keel over and be gone from this world. And it'll be the greatest thing. I can't wait. Great. Fuck this movie. Cats can drive cars though. We learned
Not
that.
really. Not really. That was
It's
kind of
not
the point of
well.
that scene. Not really.
Well, but they can drive. Like, there's no rule that says a cat can't drive a car, right? Like,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's not on the books.
yeah.
There's nothing in the Constitution that says a dog can't be president.
The villain of this movie is essentially if Dr. Claw's cat was controlling Dr. Claw
Yeah.
from Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, they have a cut. Like, again, there's...
Yeah.
This is why I hate this movie more, is because it almost lands. Because, like,
Yes.
there's a couple of little things, right? Like the Ergay versus Chad. Like, Jeff Goldblum's kind of just fun to watch. Like, there's just a few things that are... You're like, yeah, okay, yeah. And, like...
Yep, but then they throw the Elon Musk tube at you.
Yes!
Like,
Yes!
it's very dangerous. The dogs have a button they press that opens up an Elon Musk tube underneath their doghouse, which that tube just goes in a circle, not going to really lead anywhere. Kind of a waste of money when you think about it. And it has a rocket propelled car thing that's shaped exactly the size of the tube. So if the dogs ever get stuck in the middle of the tube, they're just fucking dead. Or if there's a
Can't
collision,
open the doors on that. There was
God-
an emergency hatch.
dog forbid there's a collision in that tube. Like, everybody's dead in that entire fucking tunnel. They're gone.
Wiped out.
And all with RGB lighting. You can change the lighting.
A lot of
and
RGB.
stitch
They're
the
very
effects.
gamer. All
They're
spies
so
are
gamer.
extremely gamers. But like, so I kind of like the visual of like the old man is basically in a coma that owns the cat, and so the
Yes.
cat like sits on his lap and then talks for him, and
Because he's a puppet, basically, for the puppet.
yes,
Wait
for
a
the
minute.
for the cat.
No, it's an animatronic puppet. It's not a cat.
Oh, sure.
But I saw the movie.
But there's
Don't
little things
worry.
like that I like, but then at the same time, there's stupid fucking jokes, like really, really bad shit of they go to turn on, like, disarm the bomb that was
Yeah.
gonna blow up the
Science
lab and,
door.
like, get them in.
Yeah.
And he runs over and they go, cut the red wire. And then he goes, oh, I can't. We're dogs. We're colorblind. And it's like, then how
They-
did you know about red, you dumb motherfucker? Like, it's
Yeah.
just,
They
None
could
of-
have just said, well, okay, you know
you're
how you
just
make that
explaining your own joke.
You know how you make that joke good? The dog says cut the red wire, and the other dog cut, and it's in black and white. You don't say it.
You don't need to
You
say
just-
it. Why do you just explain your own
show
joke?
it. You just show it in black and white, and the dog's like, and then that's the joke. You're done.
Right?
You could fix that joke. That joke could be good.
And that's like that to me was the perfect dichotomy of this entire movie, is that there's
Yeah.
some of the effects are okay. The actors are all good. They've got good comedic timing. They're in the right roles. Like John Lovitz
Yeah.
is always fun to like listen to.
Yeah,
Jeff
it-
Goldblum's
like in the
fun to
middle of the
watch,
movie,
like-
John Lovitz just kicks Andy Dick in the dick.
yeah, exactly.
Like, what a good scene.
What a good boy John Lovitz
They
is.
just wheel Andy Dick out in like a dolly, drop him on the floor, and then John Lovitz gets out from behind the curtain of where he was talking like the animatronic dog and just starts kicking him in the balls.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's a good scene.
It's a fantastic scene. And there's things like that, but then the rest of it is this
Yeah.
weird cat versus dog shit that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
I liked that at one point you said there was so in these movies, there's always the dichotomy of the interesting, weird, wacky hijinks of like the animal stuff, the underbelly things that the humans aren't aware of. Because we've seen this trope a million times.
The Toy Story trope, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, and it's also in tons of dog movies, right?
Yeah.
Like the Air Bud movies, the one where it was like they were doing the bank heist and kidnapping Air Bud and everything, and then we just go back to family shit.
Yeah.
You just go back to family shit, and it's like, who gives a shit about family shit? And this movie got that. At one point, it even explicitly says that. It's like, oh, nobody came here to watch the family. Like, that's boring kind of thing. Alec Baldwin basically just straight says it to the camera.
He turned to the camera. He's like, no one cares about the family shit. Like,
yeah.
Eyes right at you, talking to the viewer. Yes.
The problem is, in most of those movies, there's cool, wacky hijinks that are actually so over the top and stupid, they're kind of fun.
Yeah.
And in this one, they're just stupid.
Every single scene,
stuck
we're
either
just like,
way.
yeah, every single scene where something wacky happens, you and I on camera, in the recording, are just going, what?
What?
World, here I come!
Look, he's flying.
Ugh.
No, he's not.
That's a dead dog.
Yeah, like...
From your adventure so soon, Scooby Doofus?
Got him. I'm sorry?
Hey...
What?
What? There's a cat?
What?
Somebody go look.
Did we take edibles?
I mean...
No, I need to ask.
Wait, listen. They couldn't have kicked in yet, we'll put it that way.
I'm just asking, because what the fuck?
This is a non-stop what the fuck movie, but not in like... It's not in an interesting way, because it's in the way where everything is just kind of gross. Like, I want to shower after this.
Yeah.
It feels like whoever was involved in this was a lot of a perv. Like, you feel like you're watching something that you need to, like, you kind of look over your shoulder while you're watching this movie to make sure that, like, nobody's behind you seeing you watch it. It's like watching a weird hentai. You're kind of like, you know, I'm watching it for the story, Mom.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that term. What was that term you just said? No, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Hentai.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Huh.
Mhm.
I'll have to Google that later.
I recommend that you Bing. I highly recommend Bing for this task.
Look.
Google is generally very good, but if I may tell you one time when you might use Bing and it would be an advantage, it's now. Image search it instantly. It'll be extremely eye-opening for you. Clear everything up instantly.
Yeah, I'll do that. All right, yeah.
It's the Jeff Goldblum way. You know that Jeff Goldblum would Bing hentai if you told him.
All right, I'll look up chicken Thai later. Thai chicken. That's what you said, right?
If you Bing it and image search, that's probably the same.
Anyway.
So, yeah, this movie.
Yeah.
It's so close to being what you want it to be, and it ends up being previously ingested dog shit.
This movie hates humans, dogs, and cats. You know what else this movie
And
hates?
you. And you. This movie hates you.
as a viewer, yes. But you know what else this movie hates? Nerds.
It does, yes. Yeah, it sure does.
Oh, I saw in a comic book? I read a comic book. I'm a fucking nerd.
They do have that in a scene, yes.
I'm a fucking loser who reads comics.
And that's kind of what I'm... Like, this movie... Okay, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I was looking for to describe this movie. This movie is mean-spirited.
Yes.
That's what it is. I understand now what it is. Is that this movie, it's not that this movie is... Like, some of the jokes and stuff are okay, but, like, it just feels like everything in it is just meant to, like, dump on somebody. It's meant to be, like, picking on someone in some way. It just hates every one of its characters.
Yes.
It hates all of its characters. It hates cats. It hates dogs. It hates people. It fucking hates you fucking moron, for watching it. Let's rate the goddamn dogs.
No, there's more to talk about. We can't rate the dog. We haven't talked about anything else.
Okay.
We haven't talked about the ending. There's stuff that happens.
But no one cares. I didn't care.
I care.
Okay, go ahead. Fine.
Come on.
I give it to you.
So after the cats drive a limousine with Charlton Heston, I don't think that's actually the actor.
Charlton Heston is the Mastiff. He's one of the dogs. He's a voice.
Okay.
He's not the old man. Charlton Heston is so old that he couldn't have even done that role. He would have crumbled into dust if they put him
after they bring Hugh Hefner with them in the back of the limo to his Christmas factory of horror Christmas decorations.
Mm-hmm.
The cat fires everybody on the floor. What an asshole. And tells them all to kick their dog at home. And then they use their fake snow / jizz machines in the Fluck factory. Which they're using
the Fluck gun.
Yeah. In their master plan to take over the world with
masturbation plan?
No, that
okay. Sorry, I got confused there for a minute.
Later.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm missing where we're at, and my notes are a little jumbled.
Look, the Fluck factory does eventually explode in a volcano of cum. Yes, but that's not till after.
That's at the climax of the film.
This isn't a joke. This happens in the movie. So their plan is to shoot the Fluck cannons of fake snow, which is globby and gross, onto a bunch of mice, which are going to invade houses throughout the world from the sewer system that is somehow connected to every sewer system in the entire world, rather than just that one German town that this German Christmas decoration factory is in. This is confusing. But they tell all the mice their plan by reading through an instruction manual book, turning to page 10.
See, okay, that's a good joke. That was a good joke. That was great. They've got like the big stormtrooper rally of like all of them in divisions and everything, and he's like, "All right, secret agents, you're ready to go out. All right, so we're gonna have the briefing. Open your books to page 10." So
yeah, they're like they're all opening their book and like looking at it, and like there's a diagram.
Yeah.
He's like reading the book to them.
Okay, and you can see the diagrams on the all right. See Appendix C in page 15.
Yeah, they're like all flipping to it. Yeah, like that's great. I needed more of that. But so they test the allergy on one of the family. I think it's the kid.
On the kid.
Yeah, and then they pull out a Pomeranian from the ceiling.
Yeah. I want to say you're wrong, but that's what they fucking do. Yep.
And when they test the
flocking, sorry, that's the flocking do.
The flocking with the allergy virus. They call it a virus, I think. It turns into weed. And then
he totally pulls it out and it turns into like green leaves.
They just blow the weed on the kid and like puff. And then the kid's suddenly allergic to dogs, which they also never resolved by the end of the movie.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you're picking up on these things too, because like,
wait a minute.
They never, ever mention that again. He just has the dog at the end.
He's
they
just
never
allergy.
fix it. They never do anything about it.
Yeah, he's just allergic forever. Yeah, they never fix that. But he's got weed now, so there's that. But then they like
that's why his eyes are so puffy and red because of allergies.
Then they take out the Fluck cannons and just they jizz all over the mice with the Fluck cannon just covering them head to toe. This is not a joke. This happens, and it sucks.
I'm just. This is why did you really want to talk about this?
Yes,
I wanted to just talk about. I wanted on the record that I wanted to end the episode like 10 minutes ago. I just want to point that out. We tangentially talked about all the Flock cannon stuff, and that was good for me. But Boyks, no! Boyks had to go all the way in! Boyks had to finish!
I had to go all the... Are you still making dick jokes? Is that a cum joke?
I'm making better dick jokes than this movie. Fuck you!
Well, the only joke in this movie was Andy Dick getting kicked in one. By John Lovitz.
Just...
But, okay, so after the mice are covered in green jizz... Fuck.
Yeah.
The dogs roll in barrels, because they do a barrel roll onto set, and pop out, and they're like, oh shit, the dogs are here. We have to stop them. And the cat gets into a cat claw thing, an excavator, probably?
Yeah, I mean,
it's not really an excavator.
It's some kind of
like
lifter.
Like the tree thing or whatever that like grabs.
Yeah, it's got actual, like, it's got like a claw on the front. It's some kind of construction equipment.
And he's trying to get Alec Baldwin from behind the scenes, but accidentally grabs his dog, which Alec Baldwin is voicing.
Well, that's Alec Baldwin's Lich's phylactery.
Oh, yeah. But he picks
if you kill the dog, you kill Alec Baldwin.
He picks him up, and then just like that Twitter account where it's like grasping food, like
with force, yes.
with force.
Uh-huh.
He does that to the dog, but the dog's like a weird floppy rubber dog.
Okay, so what you're telling me is in the Flock factory with the Flock gun, when they're covering everybody with the white fluid, they grip the dog with force and shake it around a lot before they explode the cat with liquid right after that. So then he grabs the Flock gun and he shoots the white Flock liquid all over the cat, the fuckwit liquid, the Flock liquid. No, the Flock factory. The Flock. So in the Flock factory, they flock the fuck gun into the cat after they shake the dog real hard.
But that was after the Flock pressure got too high and it started expanding the tube.
Sorry, the pressure. The flock.
Okay, but after they shoot the Flock at our main villain, who's inside the cat, who is a cat, who's also an animatronic cat, who's not a cat, the weight of the liquid
of the flock. I got this. The fuck.
You'll get it soon. Yeah.
The flock.
But the weight of it moves the lever to release our rubber dog from its grasp. And then the whole factory is gonna blow. So the factory as a building starts expanding and breathing like some sort of vein, and then it just fucking blows. The whole top blows out. Flock everywhere. It's raining from the sky.
The white flock just gets all over everybody at the end of the movie. Yep.
Why
the movie is so weirdly perverted.
Why? So much of that is
super weirdly perverted. As a kid's movie, like I'm literally uncomfortable about everything this movie did.
Yes. Well, they ended on a scene that was also nonsensical and pointless, but at least it wasn't a semen thing. During the
sorry, that's what that was about? Is that what you were saying? Jesus Christ, boys!
No,
I didn't realize that's what we were doing.
No,
Why didn't we end this episode 10 minutes ago?
No, semen, like in Life Aquatic. You know, that other Jeff Goldblum movie.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah, see,
I almost thought they were making like fucking jizz jokes in a kids movie. That'd have been
Like-
really
like
flocked up.
Extended 15-minute jizz jokes? No, that would be
No,
weird.
you wouldn't. Okay, good.
No,
Yeah.
but there's this German maid. Oh, this sounds like a sex thing too. Who is
It's all a sex thing, Boyks. That's the fucking weird thing. That's why this movie's strange.
But there's this German
That's
maid.
probably why it's a hit. It's not a hit with. This is why we haven't heard about it.
No,
This is in weird back parlors that people watch this.
There's a German maid who helps service. No, that sounds wrong.
You can't do it. You can't make this movie sound okay.
Who's in service as a real legitimate maid, not a sex thing. With Hugh Hefner. And her thing is making costumes for our villain cat to wear to humiliate him because they're cute. So the movie ends with our villain getting caught and caged and then brought to her house, the maid's house, where her other three sisters, who were also weird German sex maids, just do nothing but build costumes for this cat and humiliate it for the rest of eternity.
That's another thing you should bring is 4 German sex maid sisters. Just go ahead and just
It was very important that we talked about those scenes, right? They're an integral part of the plot. All right, let's rate the dog.
Fucking hell.
All right, we had Butch. Butch is the operative dog, the man in the field who's been there for years, who's what, like it's not a golden retriever, but it's like a lab, like a white lab or something.
He's more German Shepherd, I thought. He was kind of a mix. I think he was a German Shepherd mix.
He had a curled tail, so that's like a Siberian Husky thing, but it's not.
Yeah,
a husky,
it almost seemed like a Shepherd Husky mix or something, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna I kind of want to look at Butch again for. Yeah, I don't.
If he
I guess not. No, because he's not really.
Yeah,
he wouldn't be Shepherd at all.
I'm thinking like Lab Husky mix. Something like that.
Yeah, I bet that there's some kind of dog that I don't know the breed of that is, but yeah,
there's that
nice
dog. I think it's a pretty good dog. It didn't really do anything cute. It was voiced by Alec Baldwin, who's kind of a dick. Like 10 out of 10. It's an okay dog.
0 out of 10.
That's worse than Chevy.
It's super not worse than Chevy. Chevy's in the negatives.
Oh my god.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
There was Lou, which is a really cute beagle.
0 out of 10.
I would rate Lou a human spider out of 10.
Okay.
There's what's that guy's name? Peak? Something? It's the Chihuahua, the hairless Chihuahua.
Peak. That's Peak.
That was voiced by Joe Pantoliano from The Matrix, I think.
Yes.
And Baby's Day Out.
Yes. Yes.
That was a weird fucking animatronic dog, and I was very uncomfortable. 8 out of 10. That dog made me feel like there was somebody that like put a robot inside a real dog's skin, and it was gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, did not like that dog.
0 out of 10.
And then there's the Shaggy dog. Not that Shaggy dog.
No, that's a much better movie.
No, Shaggy DA was good. I don't know.
Okay, well, we don't know Shaggy Dog.
Fair. We don't know Shaggy Dog.
We haven't rated that one yet. That was Michael Clark Duncan.
That dog, I would rate a Shaq's Wisdom out of 10.
I'll agree with that one. You've signed me on for one dog in this movie. Listen. This movie did everything in its power to make me hate the dogs as weird perverts. I am only trying to convey that.
Yes. I don't really want to rate the cats. I'm gonna be honest.
I want to rate John Lovitz, because John Lovitz's cat was really cute.
John Lovitz is kicking Andy Dick in the dick out of 10. What a good cat.
That too. I also really like John Lovitz for that. Thank you, John Lovitz. My hero. Go with God, John Lovitz. But the cat, I have a question actually about the cat, and in another, like, did they resolve that question?
The answer is no, but go on.
I'm 99% certain the answer is no, but I want to make sure. So John Lovitz's cat gets betrayed by the evil overlord cat, and left to burn in the building with the family, right?
Because he specifically says he hates him and he wants him to die.
Which was actually funny as shit, just because he's a dead family. Why are you doing this to me? Because I hate you. Walks away.
And then locks the door. He like cask of...
Amontillado is him.
Yeah, he cast them, yeah.
Did they ever resolve that?
No. I think what happened was... No, they didn't. But the dogs did use that cat to plant a bug on the limo to find where he was.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's fair.
But they also never resolved that.
But they never talk about, like, him being the good cat or anything afterwards or shit like that. No,
I guess we gotta watch the sequel. I don't know. Maybe he's in the sequel.
I think we gotta watch Son of Mask.
You fucking
Thank you for listening to Rough Cuts. I'm glad that we've got 3 new patrons to the Patreon.
Yay! That's actually great. I love it.
Also, I give Jeff Goldblum a 15 out of 10.
Oh, Jeff Goldblum's the best dog.
That's the best dog.
Yeah.
Beyond that, thanks everybody for being here. I really didn't like. Just to give you an idea, I don't think I like this movie. I don't know if you noticed on this episode, but I might have been a little done with this one.
Yeah, weird, huh? Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Though we'll be back with Son of Mask.
Life finds a way.
I've been specifically avoiding it for a long time, but we could do Cats and Dogs.
Or Marmaduke. With Owen Wilson.
I think that we just do Cats and Dogs.
But it has...
or hear me out. We could do Cats and Dogs, because I don't want to do Marmaduke.
You don't want to do Marmaduke with Owen Wilson and Fergie?
Wow, no.